We needed someone to walk with us on the journey, to understand our context, to understand our needs.
A big part of what we learned about Tapasā is all about relationships and knowing the people that you're working with.
It's that relationship what it comes down to, that we feel safe enough to say, are we doing this, or what's the correct way of doing this, or what should we know, and even down to etiquette protocol, just the real foundations of the cultures, cultures.
I had a lot of personal growth as well. You know, I felt for the first time, I've lived in New Zealand my whole life, but for the first time I felt like, wow, I'm actually really embraced in culture that's more than just my own. It's the whole, you know, what Aotearoa is about.
My journey with this is just having the kids have a place of belonging, and just being able to relate with each other, creating a space where they can come, they can learn about where they're from, they can learn about who they are, and just connect with other students as well. I have lots of students who come to me and say, "Miss, I don't fit in, I don't know where to go." And then having this Pacifica Ausiva, they've come to me saying, "I love it here. I'm learning about different cultures."
That's the big thing, is connecting with our parents, and that it's, you know, it's a family here. We're here we look after your kids, and we look for you to support us, and we support you also.
Identifying and unpacking each of the three torus for us to really understand it first before we upskill our staff. So that has been super handy, because we understood the depth and breadth of everything of the framework itself before we could confidently share back and report back to the team of what the framework is all about. How do we implement it into the classroom? What do we need to do as teachers? How do we best support our students, our tamariki, and our whānau as well, working alongside the whānau and learning from them?
So part of our phase in the curriculum, the Aotearoa Histories, is we're phase 3. And one of that is looking at migration to New Zealand, and one of them is looking at the dawn raids. So alongside that, we wanted the students to have an idea of what some of the families had gone through as well coming to the school. So we used a lot of the curriculum,
as well as collecting data as well, giving us hints about, what are some ways to collect data, and how do we support our sort of findings or our hunch. So whether it be from student voice to getting our teachers to complete their initial survey, collecting those baseline data, and tracking it throughout our mālanga, as well as connecting with our whānau through the Tapaā nights and the attendance of our whānau conference as well.
Can you able to provide some examples of a shift in thinking?
But it's made a big shift in our thinking, just where our kids are at and wanting to show this culture. So especially with our language weeks, we try to incorporate that and it also allowed our students to become the leaders. They led the sasas, they were happy to lead it, but also teach our teachers.
I think too, the students had some quite hard-hitting messages for our staff, and I know that our staff and some people found that very confronting, but it sort of needed to be said, and coming from the students saying it, this is what I feel like, it was very powerful.
And the biggest shift I've seen is in 2 sets of data. The community have also seen it. 2 years ago, 79% of our community thought that we did a reasonably good job at recognising the cultures of the children in our school, and that shifted to 91% this year. We're not just keeping it within the school, but we make it more visible to our community. Through inviting them in, staff need to really understand a culture. You need to immerse yourself in that culture.
Because we want all of our children to know that they have a place to stand here. Absolutely. Everyone, this place belongs to everybody.